நான் அப்படி எதுக்கு வெயிட் பண்ணாங்க? முடிஞ்சிச்சா? எதுக்கு வெயிட் பண்றாங்கண்ணா? கணேஷ் ஆக்டிவிட்டி முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா இங்க உட்கார சொல்லுங்க கேர்ள்ஸ் செக்ஷன். என்ன எதுங்க போட்டோ எடுத்துருக்கீங்க? அவர் நிக்கணும். இல்லைங்க.
Hope you all have got your DAB IDs. You all have your DAB IDs, so we will be taking your attendance with the help of your DAB IDs, okay? And there will be also a DAB chat which will be enabled. So all your queries and other stuffs will be going through DAB chat and DAB WhatsApp, okay? Thank you. போதும்பா.
Okay, the students who are seated in the first 3 rows here, can you just move to the CS hall? So we have some activity going on there. Just go there and come back. The first 3 rows, first 4 rows of this side. Okay, when you are giving your DAB attendance, please remove your card and give it to the person who is taking the attendance. Okay. Wow.
Hey.
right, so boys and girls, as we're about to begin the session, requesting all of you to please switch your mobiles to silent mode or airplane mode to avoid interruptions. Let me tell you one thing, this session is going to provide you plenty of opportunity and lot of knowledge sharing. So keep an open mind, stay curious, sit tight, and we are starting the session in a minute. Thank you. Everyone, please settle down. All right, I think it's about time that we get it started. Firstly, a very good morning and a big hello going out to all you VITs. Good morning! You know, I was expecting a lot more energy because I can see more than 500 folks of you sitting in this room and I still can't hear you. Good morning, VITs! I love the energy, I love the vibe. It feels good to be at this campus because, you know, a breath of fresh air. But let's break the ice and do one thing. I think I'm going to say hi. I want you all to say hello. When I say hello, I want you all to say hi. Okay? Sounds like a fair deal? Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you so very much. I am Priyanka Lal and I shall be your host for today. Together with Accenture team, I welcome all of you to meet Accenture Connect 2022. Let's begin with a big round of applause. Come on! You know, this on-campus session Connect is going to help you understand, know Accenture better, who we are, what we do, and what is our purpose. This is also an opportunity for all of you to seek insights and ask questions. So basically, all your queries and questions are going to be answered. In short, I welcome you all to the world of Accenture. Now, before we begin with the session, I want to ask you all how many of you have followed us on social channels and tagged us hashtag Accenture on campus? Show of hands, please. You can be genuinely honest. Come on. Fair show of hands. Odd number of people, and we have so many of you. I am looking forward to seeing maximum participation. You know what? I'm interested to know as well. You can see the live feed that's going on the screen. Now, this is the kind of participation that we've been receiving from different universities. Now, we're trying to create a social media hype because social media being one of the most popular platforms to increase your visibility. And this is how you'll also get a chance to be featured on Accenture's Wall of Fame. So this is a special wall where we're featuring all the students who've been following us to know what's happening in the world of Accenture. On that note, without taking much of your time, please join me to welcome our speakers for the day. Give a round of applause for Mr. Sriram Kannan, Cloud First Design Lead. So we welcome you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Rupesh Nair, Managing Director HR. So we welcome you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Amit, Campus Recruitment Specialist. A big round of applause, everyone. Our speakers for the day. On that note, sit tight, lend your ears to them and make the most of it. Let's hear from the first speaker, Mr. Sriram Kannan. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Priyanka. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Let me give a brief introduction about myself and then we'll kind of get into who we are as Accenture. So Sriram, close to 20 years of experience, more than 14 plus years of experience in Accenture itself. And currently I lead what we call as Cloud First Design, which is our cloud advisory and architecture unit. Now, sorry?
You can't hear?
Can't hear?
You can't hear? You'll have to. Sriram, speak.
Is it fine now?
Is it
No.
better now? Actually, you'll have to speak a little more.
Is it fine now? Okay, perfect. Okay, repeating myself, close to 20 years of experience, 14 plus years in Accenture, cloud for design. By that we mean it's our cloud advisory and architecture unit. Okay, so now I'll get into Accenture, who we are. Let me just move on. Let's start with the video. Thank you, everyone. I think you got a glimpse of who we are and what we do. Now, let me deep dive into that further, right? Okay, what's our purpose? I mean, our purpose, it's our promise to deliver on technology and human ingenuity. This purpose drives our vision, our strategy, our priorities, and all the opportunities that we bring for our people. What does this really mean? In a very simple sentence, what it means is we, as a collective group, come together. We invent, test, deploy innovative ideas using technology to help solve problem for our clients, help reinvent their business, and drive value for our shareholders. That's our purpose, and that's what we live and breathe. Now, talking about value, what we you would have seen in the video, what we in Accenture, what we drive is a 360-degree value, which means it's above and beyond the financial value that you talk with your clients. Again, what does it mean? It's or how do we do it? It's not just about helping our clients increase their revenue or reduce their operating expenditure or capex, right? Which is typically your financial lever that we help. We go far too beyond in terms of helping them reinvent or transform their business. While not only doing that, we also make sure that we bring meaningful experiences for our employees and our stakeholders. So what we have got is something called value meter. This can go in. So this has got the sixth dimension, right? The financial is just one dimension here, which is about the cost reduction or the revenue increase. There are other dimensions around experience. By experience, what I mean, we help our clients increase the experience of their customers, their employees, improve the experience of their partners. We look at increasing the experience of our employees and our partners. Sustainability. We look at making our clients and ourselves a sustainable business, be it in terms of the social aspect of it or the environment aspect of it, the greener aspect, or around the governance. Talent. We help our employees improve their talent. We help improve or reinvent the talent for our clients and also manage the change. Inclusion, diversity, as the name states, I think we bring an inclusive culture and a diverse team as we deliver to our clients. Custom. Every client in every industry is different, and in order to define the value, there are specific dimensions with respect to that particular industry. Take an example of insurance. If I take an insurance clients, one of the value would be the underwriting rate, right? We need to improve upon that, or a technology adoption. So there are custom metrics which we define to measure the value that we deliver for the client. So essentially, I mean, it's not just about the financial, but it's about the inclusive value all across. You saw in the video most of the facts, but let me kind of go one level deeper, just to explain some of this. We are a global professional services company. We have 4 major business, not in the same order. Strategy and consulting. This is all about the management consulting, where we work with the client CXOs to define the whole roadmap journey and the value agenda for them. Song is our interactive business. It's all about design, build, run, experience. Think of it as design, that's a whole design of stuff. Technology, this is kind of the core. This is all about building applications, system integrations, application management services, cloud services, digital security, all of the stuff. Operations, this is where we run clients' business process on their behalf. That's our 4 broad businesses. Now, getting into some of the numbers, right? We have more than 710,000 people globally, of which more than 3 lakh are in India alone. A diversity mix of 47% of them are kind of women. We have clients across 120 plus countries. And while you see the numbers here, the key things to note is 90 of the top 100 clients that we have been our clients for the last 10 years, and 89 of them are in the Fortune 100. Annual results, last year we clocked 50.5 billion. The key thing is this year, again, the Q3 results, I'm not sure if you have seen, we have kind of clocked 16.2 billion, which is like approximately 22% year-on-year increase. What does this mean? It just means that our clients, they value our service, and there's a demand for our service and our people. It's very, very strong demand. They want to come back to us again and again and again. We serve close to 40 plus industries through our delivery centers and our offices. Some of the numbers around the investments that made, we have very, very strong partnership with most of the major technology players or the product firms like your Microsoft, Amazon, SAP, Workday, so on and so forth. And yep. So it's kind of that's broad, and you see the numbers around acquisition. We are, with the evolving technology landscape and changing game, we are acquiring a company almost every week. That's the way we are kind of growing from a perspective. Now coming on to our core values. This is what defines our culture and our character, and every decision that we make or every act kind of guided by our core values. Quickly going through them. Client value creation. We look at building long-term client relationships. We look at delivering sustained value for our clients. That's the way we kind of work. One global network. This is about bringing the best of our talents across our global locations to deliver efficiently and effectively to our clients. Respect for individual. We value the uniqueness that each and every individual brings to the table. We foster a very open, trustable environment. Best people, self-explanatory. We hire best talents. We develop and retain best talents. Integrity. That's all about honesty and trust. That's kind of at the center of what we do. Stewardship. We believe that each one is a leader. We encourage everybody to act with a leadership mindset, thinking as if they are the owner of the company. So that's what our core values are, and that's what drives our purpose and the character. One. Now coming on to India. How does Accenture technology in India look like? We have 10 locations. We have, we are growing, we are expanding. We have recently opened locations in Coimbatore, Jaipur, and Indore. And across those 10 locations, we have 30-odd facilities, and we have 3 innovation hubs in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. And this is a place where we drive innovation, we demonstrate all the innovative use case for our clients. Let's move on. Okay, now the interesting stuff of what exactly do we do? I won't spend too much time on this. I think we are, from a technology perspective, we are the leaders in every space that we are in, be it the cloud, the digital, AI, application management, security, so on and so forth. But let's kind of go deeper into next slide, Amit. How are we organized? We have six broad, you could call it, architectural, 6 broad approach on how we organize ourselves. We have Accenture Research. This is a team of around 300 plus people who are continuously doing business research, market research, and technology research, and they come with the thought leadership in terms of what's changing in the market. So they bring in all the changes down there. Ventures, this is the team is partnering and investing in startups, the companies that are scaling up so that we are able to bring in an innovative or emerging technology for our clients. Accenture Lab, this is our R&D house. This is where all the prototyping for our clients, this happens here. Studios, these are our liquid studios. We have 100 plus studios, which is where we build with agility, innovative solutions for our clients. Then innovation centers or hubs, that's where we take this, all that we have built, we take it, we apply it to all the different industries, create industry specific use cases, use that to demonstrate that to our clients. And finally, the technology centers, which is where we do a scaled up delivery of all the solutions that we built. Let's move on. Okay, this should be the most interesting piece for you guys to understand what exactly are our services, right? 3 major areas: intelligent platform services. This is where we have deep partnerships with Adobe, Microsoft, Oracle, SAPs, all the major product firms. What expertise do we bring in here, right? So we have the industry and the functional expertise, which is, I would say, our IP, which we combine with the product to kind of go and implement these technologies onto our clients. Next one is cloud. This is where we have major investments as we go in. And within cloud, we have, I would say, 3 broad themes of offering. One is helping our clients getting onto the cloud, which is migrating their applications to the cloud or modernizing them as they move on to the cloud. Second is exploring or unlocking the power of the cloud, which is where we build cloud native applications for our clients, which is going to help them change the whole business model in which they operate in. Third is operating them on the cloud. The next big area is security, which is bringing in all our expertise and industry and the cyber defense. And we have a plethora of security offerings to help our clients with. What you see as the horizontal bars are the different other groups. Technology transformation. This is where we sit with the CTOs or CIOs and help blueprint the transformation agenda and drive the whole transformation roadmap for the firm. Metaverse, this is evolving. I'm going to speak about it. So this is where we have a group of 800 plus people who have been brought together to work focused on metaverse technology. This is where we are betting high. We believe this is going to be the future. Application management, this is where we do the traditional application management services. Automation, this is a group where we have built platforms like MyWizard, which is helping drive the whole automation agenda for our clients. So that's broadly the services that we play. Now, what I'll do next is I'll kind of deep dive on a couple of them and rather bring my experience of what exactly do we do. I mean, I'll kind of use my own story to talk to that. Let's go on. Let's talk about cloud. Like I said, I'm part of the cloud first design. I'll take a couple of examples, right? What do we do here just to showcase? So we have a case of Carlsberg, world's one of the largest brewer. If you take this example, we have helped take their SAP systems. We have, I mean, a couple of years back, we migrated their SAP systems onto the cloud. Okay. Yeah, so I was talking about Carlsberg. So we migrated their whole SAP systems onto the cloud. We're managing them. Now, Carlsberg is going digital. They're building more and more cloud native applications, which is using containers, Kubernetes. We are helping them build the applications. We are evolving their entire cloud operations as we go about, which is managing their multi or hybrid cloud estate. Another example of Del Monte, that's a food company. You might have seen their ketchup or sauce. And it's a case where we have migrated their entire landscape onto the cloud. There's something which I'm working right now for a major consumer good player, where we're migrating one of the largest SAPs around the globe that exist onto the cloud. Now, the important thing here is clients entrust these mission critical systems to Accenture, because these examples, I mean, the one which I did last week, we didn't sleep for 3 nights together. We completed it successfully. We had been preparing it for last 6 months. Now, these are the kind of engagements that Accenture does where you cannot go wrong. If I am not able to migrate, if I slip that migration, there are millions of dollars of loss for both Accenture and the client. There is a reputational loss. Big thing is, once you miss that business downtime, you are not going to get another downtime in, say, next 3 to 6 months. You're at least delayed by 6 months to a year, which means the company is not able to, in this particular case, exit their data center. They were planning to exit their data center, save 20-30% of the cost, which was the part of the business case. And if I miss that, then I'm not able to do that. So it's the criticality, reputation, and the whole timelines and the efficiency which come into play. And that's where the cloud business is helping in terms of migrate plus modernize. In many cases, you may not be able to migrate the system. You need to build grounds up using cloud native technologies, call it containers or serverless or PaaS. And that's where we kind of come into play. And then, of course, operating them into the cloud. And operation is a completely different devil in the cloud, as many of you would have read or heard. You no longer have the standard ITIL based processes of service management. You don't do capacity planning in cloud, because it's the resources there, it's pay as you go. It's more about how you do FinOps, and you can go and spin up any resources and you're going to pay for it. So you need to make sure that you're managing the cost. Security becomes an important element. Now, no company is working on just one particular cloud. People would be subscribed, the clients would be subscribing to Amazon, Google, Microsoft, because all of them have their own specialities and clients have their own, they have their own decisions in terms of why they want to choose a particular provider. And then you need to be able to manage all of them effectively, manage its security. And that's where we kind of come into play. That's an example of cloud. And that's just one part of it, right? The other part of it, like I'll talk about my other role, I'm the product architect of one of the platforms that we have built in Accenture to help our clients migrate or operate. So it's also the ability to build products using cutting edge latest technologies, which in my case, we use it to help our clients in their service. Either you use it in that fashion or you license it out as a standard product as well. So that's part of what we kind of a gist of what we do in the cloud space. Platform services, I think I spoke about, this is other big business, right? This is where we have tied up with all the major technology players, call it the Microsoft, the SAPs, Oracles of the world. And we are one of their leading and top partners. And what we do here, what's our unique IP is we bring in the industry and the functional expertise. While this product exists, in order to take these products onto our client and deploy them successfully, it requires the industry experience, and that's what we bring in. And we have, again, the case which I spoke about, migration that cuts across cloud and this particular business, because there was an SAP which we were migrating and then transforming in the cloud for the client. And then there are numerous other examples. You have done a similar one for the Merck, where we have automated their entire supply chain and the whole manufacturing through the SAP, bringing in our custom master later, our industry expertise to kind of drive that. So that's kind of a gist of few examples of what we do as an engagement. Now let's talk about what's there in the future. So this is a snapshot of our technology vision. I'm not sure if you had explored our website and got a chance to do that. If no, then purely as technologists, I would request you to, that's a 100-page document out there. I request you to just download it and read through it for your own benefit. But let me summarize that very quickly, right? Metaverse, while it's in the infancy, we see metaverse as a continuum. It's a continuum of technology and experience. It's going to blur the physical reality, the physical world, and the virtual world together. It's going to be the next big wave. That's how we see it. And this metaverse continuum is going to have 4 major trends. The first one is web. This is the one, as I said, this is going to be the next internet revolution. Last time when we had the internet, if you look at all the companies, all the products that are built today are built basis the current internet, right? You have disparate applications or solutions which exist today. Some of them are connected, some of them are not connected. There's data flowing in, not flowing in. You have to have manual interventions in between to be able to move from A to B. That's the way it works today. What this is going to do is using the metaverse and the Web3 technologies. One is it's going to bring all the systems together. It's going to bring in some of the physical realities and the virtual world together. I mean, giving an example, in a developed world, 10 years from now, what you can see is if there is a road construction happening and the guy who's working on a road roller, he may have an AI assistant popping up and telling him that, okay, there's a meeting to attend for another project. He gets in, puts on his VR headset, and the AI guides him into the conference room. And there he meets the government officials or the municipality officials who wants to review the previous project. There is a drone which is capturing the real architecture of what's been the civil site which has been deployed. And then now you compare that with the architecture diagram, which many of you would have drawn terms of bridge the gap for the clients to go from where they are today to be ready to adopt this. Number two, you guys are going to be working on this. It's a completely, that's the way it's going to be. And now, where does Accenture fit into this whole scheme of things, right? As I said, Accenture is investing heavily. So we already, as part of our technology vision, we believe this is what it's going to be a decade from now. So we have already put in people, we already have business groups who have started to work on this. And we see that the leaders who are able to adopt this and take through this are going to be different. They are going to be the new Googles or the Netflixes of the world, because the last internet created Google and the Netflix. This is going to create the new leader. And that's where we are working towards. And that's the opportunity that I see for this folks. Now, how do we act? Let me ask Rupesh to take it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sriram. Am I audible? You want me to come on stage? Is it? Sound is better, is it? They say sound is better there. Is it better now? Last row? They say it's good. You still want me to go there? Wow, okay. Wonderful. Sriram is going to feel very bad that only I've been invited here. How many of you are celebrating your birthday today? Anyone? Nobody? Are you serious? Yeah, please stand up. Please stand up. So what do we do when somebody has birthday in your campus? What do you do? Birthday bums, sing a song? Yeah, you want to give him birthday bums or sing a song? Sing a song? How about a very, very not so melodious song? I mean, go ahead. Wonderful. Thank you. Please give him some chocolates, my dear friend there. What's your name, my birthday friend?
Sanskar.
Sanskar. Any few words?
Thank you, all of you.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Happy birthday again, Sanskar. So, how many of you are hungry? Wonderful. How many of you are hungry for good work? All of you have landed in the right place. Thank you very much. Okay. The ones who raised hand for the first question, some good news for you as well. I can't give you a 7-course meal, but I can give you some HCBC chocolates if you get some questions right. Question number 1. Ready? Before I ask the first question, how many music lovers? Wonderful. Okay. And by the way, this is an exam which is open book. You can take your smartphones, use Google if you want, if you think you're not smart enough. So therefore, what is Accenture's song? Fastest fingers first. What is Accenture's song? One who knows the answer, raise your right or left hand. What is Accenture's song? Use your phone. You have 60 seconds. How hungry are you? That should determine the speed with which you... Oh, yeah. Thank you. Somebody, mic, please. I hereby declare you the hungriest of all. Your name and the answer.
Shubham, sir.
Subhash?
Shubham.
Shubham.
Right.
Nice to meet you, Shubham.
The
What's the
C
answer?
solve simplify.
Sorry?
The C solve simplify.
What is that again?
The C solve simplify.
Okay, fine. Anyone else who raised the hand? Thank you, Shubham. Anyways, for the effort. Someone else raised the hand. It's okay. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Who else? Somebody else? Yeah. Here. Here, somebody here. Okay, sure. Please stand up, your name and the answer.
My name is Arjun.
Sorry, where are you? Oh, yeah, here. Arjun, hi.
Yeah, according to what I understood from the presentation, it's a design wing of Accenture.
Sorry?
Design wing of Accenture.
Design wing. You're close enough. Please give him the chocolate. Accenture Song is the interactive and the digital business of Accenture. Wonderful. It is not Accenture Song. Though we are all rock stars in Accenture, one of our businesses also Song. Okay. Question number 2. Ready? This is fairly easier. How many of you are good with numbers? Numbers. You're all obviously engineers, yeah. Okay. You have the fastest fingers first. Let me see who raises the hand first. What is Accenture revenue? There. That person. Yeah, right there. Specs, the gentleman with specs. Yes. No, the one behind. No. Yeah, the one behind. If you can please stand up, sir. If you can please stand up. Yeah, that's the one. Your name and then the answer.
My name is Rishikesh
Hi,
and the revenue is $50.5 billion.
What can I say? That's how you earn your lunch. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let me ask you this question. Now let's get a little more intense, okay? And then most part of my interaction is going to be like this, less of slideware, more I talk, right? How many of you aspire, and this is not quiz. Quiz is over, right? I'll still give you chocolates if somebody gives a smart answer, but now I'm moving to a little more open questions. How many of you aspire to start a company of your own someday? Quite a few entrepreneurs. Okay, wonderful. Now, any of you can there, the gentleman there, please stand up, sir. Your name and then the answer. Your name and
Good morning, sir. I'm Siddharth.
Siddharth.
So, as in when I start a company of my own, I would want the work culture to be like an extension of our home. Like the employees shouldn't feel any different from the home. They should feel comfortable and like there shouldn't be any particular hierarchy. Like everyone should
Wonderful.
feel equal.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you like the answer? Yeah, good answer. Please give him chocolate. I think it's a fantastic answer. Anyone else? I see a lot of entrepreneurs. Anyone else who wants to elaborate? Oh, yeah. Gentlemen there. There are 2 people. Give both the mics.
Good morning, sir. I'm Zain.
Hi,
So,
Zaid.
My ideal company culture would be like if you've seen Wolf of Wall Street,
Mhm.
yeah, that would be like the perfect. I mean, a mix of work and as well as play hard, work hard.
Wow. I feel like giving him an offer letter already. Wonderful. Give him chocolate, please. I think there was a gentleman behind him. Yeah, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Parsh. And for ideal work culture for my company, I'm just going to say 3 words. Family with vision.
Whoa. Wonderful. Now, I have a question. It might be a little controversial, but I will still ask. Okay? I'm not judging. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. I'm not judging you guys based on what I've heard, but I'm just going to say it nevertheless. The ones who've answered questions so far belong to a particular gender only. Whoa. Why is that? Why is that? But going by what I see, it's fairly a very, very evenly cropped, wonderful, colorful ambience. Okay, now let me bring the most stylish gender into the equation. Yeah, we know who that is. define define. Okay, before I come to that question, how many of you are from Vellore? Raise your hand. How many of you are from Vellore? Katpadi? How many of you are from Tamil Nadu? How many of you are from Kerala? Karnataka? Telugu speaking? I should have guessed it. I should have guessed. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so this is indeed a very, very, very inclusive and diverse population. Any of you, ideally the most stylish gender, anyone from that gender, any of you who want to explain what is the culture of this institution? See, it's an easy question. It can't go wrong. Anyone? Yeah, thank you very much.
Hi, sir. I'm.
One sec. Thank you. We have your name and then
My name is Priyanka.
Priyanka.
So talking about our campus, it's a very vibrant culture, and as you can see, we all are dressed up very stylishly and all. And it's a mix of people throughout India and
Right. Now, I think you folks already know it. That's the best part. That's the best part about, I think there is something magical about this stage. Somehow I'm getting some, magical powers to pass on what is there in the slide already from you, that is, okay? I think all you folks have answered the question beautifully. And the fact that you already are a living example of diversity and inclusive culture, it is very similar in Accenture. Right? Many, many years ago, when the world was still talking about inclusion and diversity as a style statement, we already made a very ambitious statement, which is by 2025, we will be a gender neutral company. And we are absolutely on course for that. Right? Now, any of you can talk to me about what diversity and inclusion is and why it is beyond gender? Can any of you talk to me about it? Anyone? What does diversity and inclusion mean to you and why it is more than just We'll talk. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Okay, anyone who wants to give it a shot. Now that I've leaked the answer sheet. Come on, go ahead. Yes, I see my friend there. Please, hand over a mic, please. There, right? Please stand up, sir. Please stand up.
Hello.
Hi.
So my name is Shreyas,
Hi, Shreyas.
and I think by seeing this, we all can make out what diversity and inclusion, as in Accenture, what it's trying to express is, it's about more than gender. That is the psychological safety a person has.
Fantastic.
That
Wow.
my opinion matters in a company. Okay, whatever be the gender or any person.
I was almost certain that answer will be smarter than whatever answer I can come up with. Fantastic, Shreyas. Underline the following: psychological safety. Actually, there is only one type of safety we are all seeking as humanity: psychological safety, right? Any workplace that provides that to every single individual and the individuals who are aspiring to join our company, you are a very inclusive and diverse company. That's what Accenture is, right? People like Sriram, me, we've been spending years, both of us are in our teens in Accenture life. We find this culture extremely infectious. We find this culture the right culture. We believe, somebody out there told me, the first person who said, how will the culture of my company be? He said, I will make it my other home, right? When you make this your other home, then psychological safety is a given, right? That is exactly what Accenture culture is. And then you, people like Sriram, myself, all of us are extremely proud of it. Okay, so that's what Accenture culture and our inclusive and diversity agenda is. Now, moving on, what do we have? Okay, I think we've covered this. Super. Actually, can you shut the slide? I want to ask some questions. You folks started work engineering, what, 2019, is it? 2019. So when you, so 2019, you came to college, made friends. How many of you made at least 20 friends in the first 1 week of college? Wonderful. Super. Okay. How many of you, one sec. Question two. Okay, folks, pay attention. Pay attention. How many of you, very important question, how many of you learned Tamil in the first 6 months, though you didn't know Tamil before that? There's one gentleman there. Wonderful. How many of you learned Hindi in the first 6 months? Wonderful. Super. Now, after that, what happened? We had pandemic. What happened? Do you go back to your house in front of monitors? What happened to all this friendship? Anyone who wants to stand up and answer, what did you feel as soon as pandemic hit? You folks are asked to go back home and then open up your laptop and go through your classes. How did you feel? Easy question. Anybody can answer. How did you feel? How do you feel? You felt good? Yeah, there is one gentleman out there. Anybody who wants to give a mic? Right there. Please stand up, sir. I want you to represent this community and tell me how you felt when you were learning from home, or what is it called? Colleging from home, is it? Yeah. Go for it.
I'm Sujay Donkar and mostly socially disconnected.
Socially disconnected. How many of you agree with it? Yeah, wonderful. Now, what we did in Accenture was we also, went back home, not meeting our friends. We have a lot of friends at Accenture as well, at workplace as well. We all were asked to go back home, sit in front of our laptop. Now I have to do work at home also. Big problem, right? I have to manage work at home and home chores, wash clothes, wash vessels and all that. And I am supposed to work as well, right? And then I think he gave a very, very, apt word for it. We all became socially disconnected, right? From our friends and from our beloved company, right? So therefore, we said, hey, listen, we can't, since we take our culture very, very seriously, we said, we will start instilling culture no matter where we are working from, right? So that is when we said, the more rich you are from a social capital perspective, the more successful you will be. What does that mean, right? Now, a lot of you folks raised your hand when I asked you, how many of you made at least 20 friends in the first 1 week? All of you, I think almost all of you raised your hand. All of you are extremely rich when it comes to social capital, right? All of you are popular in your own ways. All of you have your own friend circle. All of you know how to use jugaad. All of you know how to get work done, etc., etc. Now, all of that we created in Accenture in a very, very scientific and artistic way, right? So we call this agenda the social capital agenda. This is pretty much the fabric of our workplace. No matter where you work from, how can you stay emotionally connected to your colleagues, friends, team, supervisors? This is something that we've been practicing heavily for the last 2 years, right? We did not let the hybrid way of working erode our culture. Instead, we saw that as an opportunity. And right now, all our employee satisfaction scores and culture scores, we actually see they're much better than what it was before, thanks to our social capital agenda. Okay, so the reason why I'm talking about this is because most of you who will join us will experience this, right? You guys are very lucky to be here physically present. In fact, I can't tell you how happy I am, and I'm seeing such a big audience. It may not be the case when you join us, right? You may come to office 2 or 3 days a week. The other days you might work from home, but either which ways, don't worry about your sense of belonging because that is taken care of. Okay, moving on. So how do we stay invested? Stay on the slide. How do we stay invested in our people? The ones who raise their hand for who are going to start your own company, either they can answer or someone else can answer. When you start your company, or forget about that. What do you think, or who do you think is the biggest asset for a company? So,
My name is Ranjit Singh. The biggest asset, because I already had a startup, private limited company. So the biggest asset would be cash flow, the finance.
cash flow, the finance. Sure, of course. We can't dream anything without cash flow. Anyone else? Yes, my friend there. My friend there. Here, there. You might have to stand up. So, okay.
The biggest asset for any company is employees.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yes, Accenture is a professional services company. What does that mean? Everything that Sriram was talking about earlier. When there is a need for a company of any sorts, right? When they need advice or when they need any sort of intervention which will help them work better, they call Accenture. That's what Accenture does, right? We provide strategy and consulting services. We provide technology solutions, outsourcing, digital, and so on, right? So therefore, what is the common factor? What is the common denominator in all this? Talent, right? If we don't have talent, Accenture does not exist, right? We are a company that understood this from day one. So therefore, we invest very, very, very heavily in our talent, right? Our talent strategy is of utmost importance for us every year, every quarter, every month, right? So it is very, very important for us in terms of where all we invest and how we invest and how we upskill the bright talent that we hire. Okay, if you go to the next slide now. Now, I know a lot of numerical geniuses are here. So therefore, while our revenue is 50.5 billion, any guess of how much money we invest in learning as a company? Anybody who wants to answer? Yeah, wonderful. Your name and the answer.
Good morning, sir. My
Yes.
name is Nandini.
Hi, Nandini.
And the answer is 900 million.
900 million. Very, very close. Let's give her a big round of applause. Very, very close. Very close. So we invest close to $1 billion just in learning. Right? That is the amount of investment. There are a lot of numbers out here. Excuse me. Like the number of online courses and so on and so forth, which I'm sure you've already seen. But you should know $1 billion is the revenue size of many large companies. You must know that. Okay, that is just the amount of money we invest in bright talent, such as most of you who are going to join us. Okay, there is only one favor an employer can do to their employees, which is give them a good learning path, and that's exactly what we do. Okay, when you combine the learning investment with our culture, we become the best place to work. Okay, now moving on this, now you're wondering, okay, fine, you spoke about learning. Now, what will we go through when we join, right? What will happen in the first 6 months or so, right? So therefore, let's flip to the next slide. The ones who, yeah, stay there. The ones who, of course, will get Accenture's offer. I hope all of you get it. The ones who get it, the first 6 weeks, any which ways, 6 weeks before joining, by the way, right? The investment from our side in your upskilling and your career starts the day you accept our offer. Okay, so for 6 weeks, you're already going through a lot of foundational training, right? This is to marinate your learning, nerves and pores, right? This is to already get yourself warmed up for a fantastic career that's going to await you in Accenture, right? You will go through a lot of, self-help based foundational courses, mostly on foundations of technology. And then the first 3 days, all of you go through in-person, hopefully in-person, new joiner induction. Most likely it is going to be like this. Some leader from Accenture will be standing like this and interacting with you and welcoming you into Accenture. That's 3 days. And then for 2 weeks or so, you're going to go through very specific technology training. Depending on the projects or area of work you're assigned to, you go through that particular module or work stream, right? It could be infra, it could be cloud, and so on and so forth, right? After that, for about close to, anywhere between, 2 to 3 months, 2 months actually, you go through a training which is more aligned to your project and get started on a project. Okay, so the point we're making is all of this is already well thought through. You don't have to worry about anything at all, right? All you need to do is just turn up and be at your best. Leave the rest to the firm, because, and then I'm sure, how many of you are already in touch with your seniors who've joined Accenture? Wonderful. That's what I thought. So I'm sure this slide is already familiar to you. Is that right? Yeah, that's what I thought. A lot of you are saying, hey, listen, I already know this. So yeah, that is what you can expect once you accept the offer from us. Now, moving on to the next part, right? So therefore, rewards and benefits, very, very important, right? Somebody said that's what you need to start a company. This is what you can expect once you join us as well, right? We have a completely thought through market relevant total reward strategy in place, right? It is not just pay slip salary that you get every month. We have benefits beyond that. Firstly, there is flexible working, right? I spoke about that during hybrid as well, right? You don't need to necessarily turn up to office every day. You can choose, you along with your team can choose when you will come to office and how often you'll come to office. That is a flexibility you all have. Of course, there are tons of benefits like your vacation and corporate discounts and health benefits. We have upped our health benefits, especially in the last 2 years, right? Last 2 years in general, there's been fair amount of health related calamities and issues. So therefore, yes, we have upped our health benefits significantly in the last 2 years so that you can cover your loved ones through a corporate health insurance plan. So these are things that you can expect once you join Accenture as rewards and benefits, right? Now, next is the videos. Okay, so how many of you like a lot of music lovers I know? How many of you like song and dance? How many of you are into culturals? How many of you are into dance alone? No tapang ko to ya? Yeah. How many of you are into singing? I won't ask you to sing. Just singing. That's it. 1, 2, 3. How many of you follow any kind of hobby? Wonderful, right? We have a specific club for each of the hobby. We call it the My Passion, right? Now, the more I talk, the less justice I will do. What I will do is I'll play a video for you all, post which my colleague Amit will take over about the recruiting process, right? Me and Sriram are available to take more questions after Amit finishes, but I hope you enjoy the video, and after that, Amit, it's all yours. Yeah? Play the video, please.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Rupesh. How was the session, guys, with Rupesh? Okay, I want all of you to give a big wow to Rupesh. In 1, 2, 3. Shout wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know it's been a lot of slides here. I'll not take much time. It's going to be only few slides which you're already aware about the recruitment process that you're already going through. I understand most of you already have attended the assessment. Who all have attended the assessment? Raise your hand. All. I see all. Excellent. Can any one of you tell me
How was your assessment feel? The first assessment that you have taken virtually. How was it? Anyone? What's your experience? Anyone? Was that so bad that no one want to answer about it? Anybody? No one? Really? One at the last. What's your experience? Yeah.
Sir, the pseudo codes were a little bit hard, but other than that, everything was easy only.
Great. We did expect that. Okay, we know VITs are the smartest people, and we wanted to take the best out of you. Yeah. One big shout for VIT. That's right. Excellent. So you must be already aware about the eligibility criteria because you have already attended the assessment, so you know the eligibility criteria. Can anyone tell me about the eligibility criteria, or you want me to read the slide? You want me to read the slide? Anybody? One of you tell me any one eligibility criteria. Okay, I'll ask a question. What's the minimum percentage required to attend Accenture assessment? 65%. Excellent. And if it's a CGPA, it's excellent. And what is the mandatory document that you need to carry to attend the assessment? PAN? Other accepted? Okay. Hope all of you have PAN. All have crossed 18. Yes? Excellent. So I'll just quickly walk you through on the process that you are going through. I know you are already attending the cognitive and technical assessment, and you would have attended the coding as well. And do you have any clue what is going to be next? Okay, so once you clear the coding assessment, you will be going through a communication assessment where you will receive an email about the communication assessment that you need to attend, which will have it's a kind of IVR that you will have interactive session on your laptop or desktop. That's about a 20 to 30 minute session. You need to, that is completely judging on your communication. And once communication is not an elimination round, but it's a mandatory round to attend. Okay, so please make sure you attend the communication assessment. And once communication assessment is attended, you will have your interviews. How the interview will work? Interview is going to be one-on-one session with one of our managers or senior managers that will be available for you over a video call. You will be receiving an email to choose a time slot, 30 minutes time slot, and you have to choose as per your convenience. Once you choose, you log in, you will get an email. What are the requirements that is required to log in? And once you log in, you will have a one-on-one session. And after interview, it's going to be the result, which will be announced immediately to your TPOs through our email and the list. Any doubts on this? Any doubts which you are already aware? I'm just brushing up. If you want me to deep dive, I can go ahead. Good? Okay. Interesting thing which everyone would be awaiting. Are you aware about this? You have a question or you want to read this out? Question? We'll have a Q&A session in 2 minutes. We'll finish this up. Okay. So this slide which you're going to see, it's about the compensation. The total earning potential is going to be 12,59,000 and the fixed compensation is 9 lakhs. The variable is maximum earning potential of 1,89,000 and joining bonus 1 month after you join Accenture, you'll be paid with the joining bonus of rupees 1 lakh and the benefits of 70,600. A detailed explanation, everything will be coming to you in the offer letter, but this is a gist of it. If you want to take a picture or it is already shared with your placement officer, you can have a check on it. With that, I'll just open the forum with Q&A session. We have Rupesh and Sriram and myself. Any questions that you want to ask, you can quickly go ahead and we'll help you out. Any questions? Anything with regards to Accenture, please feel free.
Good morning, sir. My name is Chirag, and I wanted to ask that what sort of questions do we expect from the interview?
Wonderful. So I'm going to go back on stage because there's something magical about this stage. Okay. I mean, and in the meantime, I'll think of a good answer for that question. What kind of questions do we ask? Okay. What is your favorite question? Let me ask you. So where is, yeah, what's your favorite question that you might want us to ask? Go for it.
What is your name?
What else? That's a very good presence of mind. What else?
Contribution that I can give to the company?
Sorry?
Contribution that I can provide to the company, or
Okay.
yeah, how open are you to learning the new courses and the job role that you are being provided with?
Wonderful. Okay. So I think I understand the sentiment behind the question. Is it fair to say most of you have that question? Yeah. So that's what I thought. Because I will have that question if I were you. We look for a good Accenture fit, period. There is no script or a question paper for us to leak when it comes to interview, right? The scripted questions are already there in the online test, which you guys are been cracking immaculately, I hear. When it comes to interview, we don't know. We just look for whether you are a good Accenture fit culturally, emotionally. That's all. Whatever question comes to us, we ask. Most of the question is based on the energy that we get from you. Okay, so ensure that when you walk into that interview room, walk in confidently, walk in with a lot of positivity, walk in with a lot of compassion and care for yourself and for the world. Leave the rest to the process. The process will take care of it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Guys, we can take more questions.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yes. I think the gentleman there. You? Sorry, did you have a question?
You have a question? The person there have a question?
Yes.
Sir, I'm Yuvraj. Sir, I would like to know about the job roles in Accenture.
Sorry?
Job roles in Accenture, sir.
Job roles in Accenture. Sure. I will let Sriram start. I will add. Is that okay?
Okay. In terms of job roles, you would be, I think, I'll take a cue from where Rupesh left, right? So once you finish off your training, you will be into projects. And these projects could be, if you remember the slide which I showed, where we had cloud or intelligent platform services, security and all. So you would be into one of the, I would say, the service areas where you may be, so if you are in cloud, then you might be either helping migrate clients' applications onto the cloud, or build new applications grounds up onto the cloud, or help on the whole infrastructure consulting side of it. If you are into platform services, then you may be building or doing a greenfield SAP or an Oracle deployment, or it could be a brownfield, migrating it or upgrading it. It could be an SAP ECC to HANA, sort of an upgrade, or you could be setting up a workday for a client. So, or if you are in security, then you're going to be focusing on setting up the security posture management solutions for the client. So it could be, it depends on the client engagement but you would be into those areas, one of those bigger areas, and specifically into a technology. What exactly you will be doing on the ground you'll be starting with, I would say in a very layman word, you might be coding, you might be configuring system, building systems, or managing systems, right? In one of those technology areas. Did I answer your question?
I'll just add a little bit of, a little more flavor to what Sriram already answered. I think he already covered it beautifully. The roles that will be offered to you will be roles that are of importance to the world today and tomorrow. Okay, you're going to be working in areas which is new age technology. It is not legacy. Okay, be it cloud, be it platforms, be it security, if you get lucky, metaverse as well. All of this is today's and tomorrow's technology. Okay, you need to know that is any one of this area is what you will be given a role in. Okay, I just thought I'll just add that flavor to what Sriram already said. Okay.
Any more questions? Please, you can feel free, any types of questions that you want to ask our leaders, want to know more about Accenture. Yeah, we have a gentleman there.
Yes, there.
Am I audible?
No. Hi.
Yes. So just a follow-up question to that, like, do we get a choice in the tech stack or the field that we want to be working on? Or is it
do we get
assigned to us?
Do they get an option?
Do we get a technology just? You want to answer that?
So you will be deployed on a project wherein you will have an opportunity to learn the technology. And once you're settled in Accenture, you will have an option to switch your role. Okay, there is a stipulated time that you need to work in a role, and that's to be precise 18 months. And after that, you will be able to choose the roles which you like. You can proceed with.
I'll just add one thing there, right? I mean, just on top of, I'll just take my own experience here, just since you asked about the technology. I started as a C++, moved on to Java, Struts, TIPCO, which is, coding to integration, Oracle PL SQL, infrastructure, which is server storage, then on to enterprise architecture. Now I'm on to advisory. So I have touched, in my generation, I had touched all through. Accenture has provided me the opportunity to move on. So essentially, one is it's up to you, your interest, your inquisitiveness. You will get started with one, but then you will have an opportunity. If you, as Rupesh said, if you bring the best of yourself, then you get, irrespective of what technology you get deployed in, you can pick up the next person. As Rupesh already said, you're going to be put on, I think, refer back to my slide earlier, you're going to be working only on two areas, either something which is evolving, coming up, or defining the next decade, or helping the clients fill up the gap from where they are to move to that stage. So it's all going to be path breaking, could be different technologies, but then you make a choice.
Yeah. No, I think it's a fair question, right? In my 17 years in Accenture, I have done 8 roles. 8 in 17 years, right? 7 out of the 8 roles came to me before I asked for it. Okay, so that is Accenture. You have to find really, you have to work really hard not to find a role of your choice. Okay, but then we logically get a talent ready in a methodical phase, right? First 18 months or so, just soak yourself in the curriculum that we have and the project that is assigned to you. After that, you will know how to navigate your career. We have programs for that as well. How to help you navigate your career and find a role of your choice. We have help and support there as well for all our employees. So in short, my friend, first few months, just soak in. After that, glory will follow you any which ways. Okay.
Thanks, Rupesh. Any more questions? We can take one last interesting question. Please, one person there.
Sir, how many students are you going to hire this year from VIT?
Sorry, who is the person who asked the question? Where is the person?
Sir, here.
Where? Oh, hi. What's your name?
Sir, Varnit Jaiswal.
Jaiswal. As many as we can. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's like this, right? I mean, the business. Raising your hand may also find you an offer. You'll never know. So go for it. Yeah. So the business outlook has been pretty good for the last, say, couple of years or so. It continues to be good for Accenture. More and more clients that we work with want to work with us more and more. More and more clients want to work with us as a new chapter as well. So yes, we've been fortunate in our demand area, both new age and the legacy. So yes, we'd like to hire as much as we can. Sriram?
Yep.
Okay. Back to you, Amit.
Yep. Any more question or good to close? We have one there. Can anyone pass over the mic?
Hello. Yeah. So my question was that like when we are selected for the job and then we have to go through this training, and after every like phase we'll have our assessments that how much have we learned from the course. So what is the significance of that assessment? Like, is it just a pass fail thing, or like the more you score, it's better, the more advantage you'll have, or is it something of that?
While you answer most of the question, why would you ask that question? In the sense,
Yeah, because I just want to know, like, first question that I had was that these courses are like, if we successfully complete them, will those credentials be forever to us, or is it just an Accenture thing that will be there with us, or was it? What is the significance of
see,
those?
while I'll allow Amit to answer in a while, but my advice to you, based on my years of experience in Accenture, my advice to you is aim for the highest, any which ways, right? We expect nothing less of that from this institute, right? This is one of the best institutes that we've been coming to over the last many years, right? We expect nothing short of excellence from this institute. Whatever comes your way, just excel. That's all. Yes, there will be assessment, and yes, it will determine your further future course in the firm as well. But I don't think people from VIT should worry about it. But Amit, if you want to add.
Yeah. Adding to that, the main reason to keep an assessment is to check how well prepared are you to get deployed in the projects. Okay. For each and every training, how do you assess? How do you go through how you are clearing your subjects? Just to know how well you know your subjects. Right? It's the same thing, same process. One step followed based on your training, how well you're prepared to go through the projects, get deployed into projects. That's the only reason we have the assessment scheduled.
Okay, thank you.
If no more questions, we will hand over to the faculty. Thank you so much, guys. You've been a great audience. Big round of applause. You have a question? Sir, should we take a question? So fine. I think the gentleman raised his hand now. Sorry, sir. We'll just take one question.
Hello again, sir. So you said earlier we will take the people who are perfect fit for this job. So what it takes for us to be fit for that role? Means what courses or what in which fields do we have to be more sound with so that you find us fit?
No, sure. See, Sriram spoke about 3 to 4 areas, right? We spoke about cloud, we spoke about security, we spoke about platforms such as SAP, Oracle, etc. Now, given the fact that these are the areas you will be staffed in, it won't harm you to make yourself, more well-versed in this area. But then, the point is, we know you're not there yet as far as these technologies are concerned, which is why we are hiring young talent like you and then staffing you. Folks, I know we are at the fag end. Can you just lower down? Yeah. I think if you have cracked your assessment and if you demonstrate enough passion and your career aspiration and your attitude, I think that would suffice. If I were you, that's what I will go after. There is no scripted answer for this question, but then just be at your best. That's all. Rest will follow. You want to add anything?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of VIT's Placement and Training Center, I take great pleasure in thanking Mr. Sriram, Mr. Rupesh Nair, Mr. Amit from the Accenture who have come and delivered us the pre-placement talk. So our relationship with Accenture spans over more than 2 decades. When Accenture set up its Bangalore center, VIT was the first institution where they came for campus recruitments. I still remember the number of people they chose was about 10-15. And VIT still holds the record for their IT services recruitment with Accenture. Accenture has hired more than 1,400 students about 8 years ago. So somebody was asking me, how many are you planning to recruit? So they were asking questions and you were also asking questions. So one question that I would like to ask, we have moved from the IT services hiring to advanced hiring. Does anybody know actually what was the Accenture numbers last year in advanced hiring? Okay. Yeah, many of you are close enough actually. So the number of students hired by Accenture is 289, which is the highest in the country. And in the advanced hiring, in the super dream category, in the 10 lakhs and above category. So that's the record which is not broken by any other company, and Accenture is back at VIT to break their own record. So we would like to thank them. So we would like to thank them for coming over here, and we look forward for the interviews to happen this week. I also would like to thank Ms. Priyanka from the branding team for engaging us the entire day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think that brings us to the end of this eventful session. A huge thank you to all of you for being an awesome audience. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Just before we conclude, I know here's a little food for thought. It's true what they say, quote, the more you learn, the more you earn. So I think today's session suffices all. Now, before we wrap it up, looking forward to meeting you all on the day of the campus recruitment. Wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. I think it's going to be absolutely incomplete for us to walk out of that door without a picture with all of you. So VITians, can we have a small picture with you, the entire people in this room with the speakers? I request the speakers to please join us here. And please get up on your feet, everyone, get closer. Let's seize the moment before we wrap this up. And a small gesture, right hand up in the air, and let's do the logo of Accenture, everyone. Yes. Let's frame this. Right. Okay, so a small correction. It's going to be the left hand. So put your right hand down and left hand up. And let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Thank you. That brings us to the end. That's a wrap. A huge thanks to our speakers for such a fruitful, stimulating session. This is Priyanka Lal signing off. I wish you all the very best and goodbye for now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.